1 or 2 poor games that he doesn't score and questions are being asked already. I don't really care. 5. I don't really care. Why is Paddy such a sexy man?
Damn.
So we've got all of this and more coming up as myself and Paddy sift through all of your questions for our Q&A. I believe you are starting this week.
I'm up first, and obviously we've recently had our Barcelona Who's In, and this relates to that actually from the Quran 70. Can Barcelona actually afford the wages of Griezmann and Neymar? Will all 4 play together? I guess that's the current forwards that they have, including Coutinho. Or will we see a new MNG trio instead?
Wait, Coutinho or Messi and Suarez?
So let's say Suarez. Oh, then you got Dembele.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
there's too many.
Okay, could 4 of them? Could 4 of them play together?
Could all 6?
Or will it be the 3?
I feel like the wages are secondary.
6 of them, you're right.
Yeah. So they have to get over the hurdle of the transfer fee first before they even start discussing wages. I feel like they do have the money.
Yeah, I would agree.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
Certainly wages obviously paid over the next few years. They can commit to something. But I think in terms of up front, they'll have to sell one of them first, either Coutinho or Dembele, before they can afford both.
So out of all that group, and irrespective of who they sell and whatever, who's your top 3 then? Or who's your 3 up front?
MSN, Messi, Suarez, Neymar. Just like it was before.
And no Griezmann.
Griezmann in the future, yeah, but at the moment Suarez isn't showing any signs of being
So you
worse.
would start Suarez ahead of Griezmann, even if they spend 130 odd million for him.
Maybe they could play with 4.
It's super tough. Anyway.
I would, I would. Let us know what you think, obviously, who would start. But whilst we're at it, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Myself and Paddy are pioneering this as we are close to 300,000 on the Onefootball English channel, so...
We need your help.
Yes. Hit that subscribe button. And of course, look out for the community post on a Wednesday night. You can leave your Q&A questions.
What do you call a man with a shovel in his head?
Doug.
What do you call a man without a shovel in his head?
Oh, God.
Douglas. You're up.
Cool. Right, let's get back to it from Varun Singhal, who says, why are Icardi and Dybala valued so low when they have proved their worth and are young as well? How is João Felix worth thrice of Icardi?
Thrice.
Lovely
use of the word.
Lovely use of the word.
I think in terms of the value, I think it's basically because of the seasons they're both coming off for different reasons. Dybala struggled a little bit under Allegri. I think he would definitely be on the move if Allegri had stayed. I think out of all the people who lost from Ronaldo's arrival at Juventus, Dybala was probably the one who lost the most. Really sort of stopped him in his tracks, stopped his momentum as a player, development as a player, and I think that's why his price has slipped so far. Icardi, fantastic player, but comes with huge baggage. You know, he makes headlines, and him and his wife/agent make headline for all the wrong reasons in Italy. So to be honest, I think that's why the prices are so low. We know Inter would love to get rid of Icardi no matter who takes him. Then going back to the second part of that question, how is Felix worth thrice of Icardi? I think it's mostly due to that. The upside for signing someone like João Felix that you can really mould into a player and a person is a little bit different to Icardi, who rises so much.
He's
baggage.
19 as well.
Exactly.
Like the other guys, I think Icardi's 26 and Dybala 25.
Yeah.
That's 6 or 7 years down to João Felix, where you could... Also, you're looking at, as well as their value now, their sell-on price.
Yeah,
if
100%.
you sign João Felix and then 5 years sell him, he's 24.
Yeah.
If you sell Icardi when he's 30 or while he's 31.
I still think, Felix, they paid a little bit too much for him.
I think so as well.
But at the same time, I think that explains the difference between the two. So to next question from Bindo, 3 play game 4. Sure. Do you think Diego Simeone could leave Atletico Madrid if they have a bad upcoming season? There are even rumours that Simeone is willing to coach Argentina.
For some reason, I never see him leaving. I just feel like no matter if they have a poor season, he's so loyal to the club that the club aren't going to sack him. And he's also wants to stay at the club and he won't have his head turned by, oh, where's he going to go?
Yeah.
Unless someone like Juve, Barcelona or Man City offer him, you know, however much stupid money.
I think his dream is to coach at Inter, who he of course played with a long time. So I wouldn't see him at Juve or many other Serie A teams.
Okay, maybe Inter Milan.
But even then, like, he's on massive amounts of money as a manager. It's hard to see him going. I get that. I certainly would rule out Argentina. That's a poison challenge.
That definitely is. And I also see him not having too much pressure until this season to deliver. Because when you're competing against the likes of Real Madrid or Barcelona with their players and their budget, you've always got that excuse of, what do you want me to do? But He's been backed now. He's been bought in a huge signing in João Felix. He's got rid of Griezmann. Surely he has to come up with an answer sometime.
Yeah, at the same time, I think Simeone doesn't really deal in excuses. That's really not his sort of character. So
okay, but what I'm saying is that it's understandable. If another manager was, so far behind, people question it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
fair enough.
Right, next up from, cool, wow, Gaming and Manchester United News.
I wonder what he does.
I'm guessing, right. It says, rate these teams from 1 to 10.
Okay, and we need to make it quick.
If you like them or just what you think of them?
I think, let's just say their quality,
their quality.
And their potential for the next season.
So let's speed through these from 1 to 10.
Yep.
Are we both going to do them?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, okay. Man United.
5.
4. Man City.
8.
8. 2. Ooh. Liverpool.
8.
7. Southampton.
4.
I'm going to go 6. I like their academy.
Fair enough.
Bayern Munich.
8.
5. I've never really cared for them.
Yeah.
Dortmund.
7.
6. Cologne.
4.
Curveball in there.
Yeah.
I don't really care. 5. I don't really care. Barcelona.
What do you mean you don't care?
I mean, they're just indifferent to me.
Barcelona, 8 as well. Yeah.
Real quality. 9. I'm going to go.
Yeah,
Real Madrid.
7.
I'm going to go 8. Atletico Madrid.
6.5.
7. Valencia.
5.
I'm going to go 6. Las Palmas. Newly promoted to La Liga.
3. Don't see them
2 maybe.
knocking down.
PSG.
6.
5. I'm going
6.
for. Marseille.
5.
5 as well. Juventus.
9.
Whoa!
Yep.
I'm going 7.
Yeah.
Napoli.
7.
Yeah, 7. Roma.
6.
4. They've gone downhill. Atalanta.
5.
I'm big fans of them. 7. Right, that was a pretty long one.
Yeah, it was. There were a lot of teams there.
Yeah, a lot of teams.
Okay, over to me. From D. Tucky. Do you think Liverpool are going to make any big money signings this summer, or will Klopp just try and develop players?
Well, I actually spoke about this recently because Divock Origi's just signed a new deal. It looks like Nicolas Pepe, from what I've heard, is definitely not going to be going to Liverpool. They're in that position where it's so difficult to... If you're going to improve on his current squad, which is difficult, you're going to be spending huge money and also being a bit disloyal to the guys that are already there. Mm-hmm. And if you're not, you're effectively going to be signing backups.
Yeah.
So you're in real limbo. It's kind of, how do you improve technically the best team in Europe?
And I think with guys like Shaqiri, with guys like Origi, they have good backups, or at least good fringe players as it is.
You might as well keep them because they know the club, they know their role.
They want to be there.
They want to be there. Origi knows he's behind Salah.
Yeah.
If you have to bring someone else in and say, hey, come and join us, but you're going to be number 2 to Firmino or Salah, it's so difficult. I can't see them making a huge signing unless they're buying someone better than they've already got.
Who do you see, at least very quickly, position-wise, where could the signings be?
Central midfield.
Central midfield, and maybe one more central defender, I would say.
Yeah, potentially one, especially if Lovren leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, one more centre-back.
Great.
Right, next up from Andreas Grilani, who says, which team will do the best in European football next season? Getafe, Atalanta, Wolves, Porto or Lille?
It's a great list, actually, I mean, of teams who did do very well, and I'm actually going to make it pretty boring in my answer, though. I think Porto, to be honest. They were very close to winning the title in Portugal, which they win at least half the time these days, to be honest. So they'll be super disappointing with that. They've lost Militao, but they've also got a lot of money for him and Felipe, who went to Atletico Madrid. They've already signed 4 players who, to be honest, most of us don't know much about, but that's the Portuguese way for clubs like Porto and Benfica, signing these rough diamonds or unknown quantities, or at least relatively, and creating big success stories.
They've got by far the best European pedigree out of all those teams. So I'm looking forward, though, to seeing the other teams.
Me too.
Especially Getafe, Atalanta, Wolves.
But definitely, I think Porto have just got the runs on the board for this.
Absolutely.
So, reference to... No, I shouldn't have said that. Don't read the cue.
Cool.
So, another shout out for another video that you just did, of course.
Yes.
The Dortmund Who's In.
It's coming out tomorrow.
It's coming out on Saturday, of course. So, a lot to look at there. How did Borussia... This is from Hamish Knowles. How did Borussia Dortmund get 3 bargain transfers, completely disregarding Hummels? I think he doesn't consider him a bargain. And how will they fit in with their side already? And is this the year that they win with an amazing side and Bayern losing Ribery? So 3 parts in there. First one,
Right.
how do they get these 3 bargain transfers?
One of them was a release clause.
2 of them.
2 of them
Yeah.
were release clauses, so that pretty much explains that. They got their business done early, they identified players.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They identified who they wanted, they made their move, and it was all sort of very, I guess from a player's point of view, if a club comes in and says, we want you, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going, it probably makes it an easier decision.
Especially when you're doing it even while the previous season is still going on.
Yeah.
It's clear with the 2 clubs involved that move is going to happen or could happen.
Yeah.
So you can talk with the players straight away.
Yeah.
Second part of that, how will they fit in with this side already?
This is what you'll have to look out for on Saturday.
That's fair enough. I mean, Schultz is an easy left back
Schultz,
slot in.
yeah. Schultz.
But Brandt and Hazard, considering they've got Royce, Sancho, it's a little Alcacer as well.
They are very good Dortmund signings because of their versatility.
Yes,
because of Goetze, Royce, even Jakob Larsen and Max Philippe and of course Jadon Sancho. They all move around quite a bit, so it's not like with Schultz they're going to be fighting for one position, and if you lose, you're not going to be in the starting 11.
Yep.
They can fit in a variety of positions across the attacking midfield and even the striking area.
Yep.
That I feel like there's good flexibility for the signings to fit in.
Good call. And is this their year that they win? Of course, went down to the last day, even though the odds were against them.
Yeah, massively.
Bayern have, of course, lost some players that they've relied on for many seasons, and probably still have a few signings to make.
Yeah.
But at this point, is this the year that Dortmund wins?
Every time I think that, Bayern just pull it back out.
Yeah.
Halfway through the season, we were talking about Bayern having a shocker, and it was all a nightmare, and Kovac was going to be fired, and then they still pulled it out of the bag.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It's the Bayern way.
Yeah, I really don't know. What do you think? In your heart, you hope yes.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Over the stretch of a season.
Yeah. Next up from Kian Moran, it says rank the top 6's new kits from best to worst. So that's City, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal, and United.
Okay, Arsenal. I love the Adidas retro.
I'd agree with you.
Taken.
Arsenal top.
Then I would go Liverpool, just a classic.
Nice.
Chelsea third. I like-ish what they're trying to do there. Man United, City, and then Spurs. Spurs are just too dull. You've got some great colours to work with. Do something more with it.
It is. Last season's was a shocker, which makes me think that a playing one this season is a lot better.
Yeah.
I'd actually go for City's bottom. The
City's
purple,
not great either.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But at least they're trying
Claret.
something. Yeah. Sure.
They're trying something, but not a big fan. But the Arsenal one for sure. Yeah, really nice.
Okay, from Gabriel Emery, no idea if it's any relation to the Arsenal boss as well, of course.
Maybe it's his son.
Yeah, maybe. Any transfer from this summer you could see turning out as a flop? By the way, I love the channel. We love you too, Gabriel.
Anyone turning out as a flop? It's hard to really call.
It really is, yeah. I mean, let's go through some of the bigger ones.
Some of the big ones that could potentially flop. Luka Jovic, we've spoken about before. If he doesn't sort of pull out what he's been doing at Frankfurt, especially with the pressure of playing in front of the Madrid crowd at the Bernabeu, 1 or 2 poor games that he doesn't score and questions are being asked already. That's just the way it is at Real Madrid, unfortunately. So I could see Jovic being a more obvious flop. One of the other ones, I'm not entirely sure. I can't really see why they would flop, if you know what I mean.
It is tough at this point of the season. You want to try and think that every move goes through nicely as well.
Yeah, I mean, they've also been bought in because under the assumption that they won't be flopping. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to go for Luka Jovic. Right, next up, Ishan Mane, who said, rate these Bayern replacements for robbery from 1 to 10. So that is, of course, Ribery and Robben. We're not just messing it up. Leroy Sané.
9.
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
6.
Nicolas Pepe.
6.
Carrasco.
4.
Leon Bailey.
7.
Gareth Bale.
2.
And Ousmane Dembele.
8.
So you really think Leroy Sané is the main?
I would say if they could sign any of those, Sané would be the first choice.
He would be the best one, cool.
Okay, from Callum Music, how well do you think Leicester City will do this season, and how good was the Tielemans deal?
The Tielemans deal is unbelievable.
Fantastic, yeah.
He proved in half a season how much of a brilliant player he is. There were loads of clubs who would also definitely be interested in him, reportedly sniffing around.
And they got him for £40 million.
40 million, that's a kind of average midfield deal, and alongside Ndidi and Maddison, the three of the best young midfielders in the Premier League. It's no wonder everyone wanted to sign them. If they can hold on to Maguire, they've got Pereira and Chilwell, fantastic fullbacks. If Demarai Gray can pull his finger out his arse and actually sort himself out.
So where are they going to finish?
Instead of being inconsistent, 6th.
Okay.
I'm going for
They're
it.
going to sneak in.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Brendan Rodgers,
There you go.
Jamie Vardy.
Nice. Yep.
I'm a big fan. Right. Next up from the Watson 11. What do you think is the best derby in Europe?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I've only been to a select few myself, to be honest. At least from an external point of view, from if I actually include games that I haven't been to, I think some of those ones in Turkey, I would say Galatasaray, Beşiktaş, or Fenerbahce. I think looking at the passion that they have there, that's hard to top.
Let's split a derby and a rivalry.
Okay.
Because a rivalry is Real Madrid-Barcelona.
Correct.
That's not a derby.
Correct.
A derby is a local team. So
Correct. A rivalry is Liverpool-Man United.
Yeah.
A derby is Man City and Man United.
Yeah.
But I also mentioned 3 teams from
yeah,
Istanbul,
true.
so
Yeah. From
cover
Istanbul.
both bases, yeah.
I think in terms of atmosphere, yes.
Yeah.
In terms of quality, I feel like England has the best.
Which?
I mean, the Manchester derby is brilliant.
Yeah.
They're both in the top 6. Spurs, Arsenal, both in the top. Spurs, Chelsea. Everyone pretty much hates Spurs. Arsenal, Chelsea. I say that because they're such quality teams. If you look elsewhere in La Liga, certainly in Real Madrid against Atletico is a good one. Real, Getafe, Real, Rayo Vallecano, Barcelona, Espanyol.
Yeah.
There's always one team that's so much better, and it's why I don't put Liverpool, Everton up there.
But there's
as well.
also, the Belgrade teams as well. We're only sort of talking about the
Yeah,
top levels.
true, yeah.
There's plenty there that...
I'm talking quality-wise, but atmosphere-wise,
Yeah,
some
sure.
of them, unbelievable.
Sure.
Right, and a quick reminder again to subscribe. And whilst you're doing that, let us know your favourite derby. Doesn't have to be Europe, actually.
No.
Anywhere in the world.
Yep.
That one in Casablanca, Morocco, I've heard is nuts. Heard it's pretty crazy.
There's obviously Buenos Aires. There's plenty around as well. So yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot about. It's a River Plate Boca.
Yeah.
That one looks interesting.
Just a
Can we
little.
go there?
Not now. Not now. Yeah. Okay. From Harman Mahdi to Matt Frulich. Frulich? Is that how you say it?
Well, the English pronunciation is Frolic, but I think in Germany we'll stick with Frolic.
So this is directly at you, actually.
Ooh.
Do you think that United will be better with the new manager? And will Bruno Fernandes join despite no Champions League? So, I mean, better with, I guess, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a permanent role.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not convinced about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I just don't see him as the man to sort of be pioneering his own thoughts and his own sort of tactics, and being able to implement it on a club as big as Manchester United is so difficult, especially with a legacy like Sir Alex Ferguson left. Other big managers have come in and tried to do it and have failed.
I'm not sure that he's incapable of it, but I think it's his biggest challenge at the moment because it's clear that he has a nice bond with the players, or did have a nice bond with the players that they needed. But I think the big question is, how does he translate that into some sort of organisation on the pitch?
Yeah. And will Bruno Fernandes... Yeah, I mean, Sporting aren't in the Champions League, right? I'm not entirely sure. They may be in the qualification rounds. Even if they're not,
they are,
it's still
a
bigger step up to the top 6 of the Premier League.
And
so
things have gone a little quiet on Bruno Fernandes after a lot of buzz about where he might go. There doesn't seem too many more options left for him. It's still a nice little...
It'd still be an amazing move, and they still have to pay about 60, 70
Bunsen burner
million.
as well, so 100%.
Absolutely. Right, lastly, from Really Dumb Fish, the last question. Why is Paddy such a sexy man?
Damn, that's the way my mama made me, and I can't really add much more than that.
I think that's a question for you guys, so let us know in the comments section.
Please don't, yeah.
Is it the beard? Is it the windswept and interesting hair?
Don't know,
The sweet get-up? So many options.
Let's end things there, shall we?
Whilst you guys are discussing that in the comments section, you can also smash the like button. And as I mentioned before, look out every Wednesday evening for our community post where you guys can leave your questions for the following Friday's Q&A. But from us, that's all there is.
Thank you.
So we'll see you guys next week.